This is the Digital Games of the Future in Abu Dhabi in 2025, powered by ADNOC. As always, I'm Hernando Planels, and today we are joined by Dan, the man with the plan, and a special guest, sixth man coming off the bench, CNAV. How are you, gentlemen?
Hi.
Fine, man. You are looking great. CNAV, welcome to the team. I must say it's a pleasure to have you.
Same here. I am surrounded with great personality, so we're all set.
Well, for those of you at home are wondering, where is Steve, our illustrious host? He had another job to do, so he's not here today, so you have us. But today is the day. It's championship day number 6, and as you can tell on your screen, there's so many things that are going to be happening today. There's a third place game, there's a championship game, but ultimately it is the battle to the death. Is who is going to win with the grand prize of 400,000 US. Dan, let's talk a little about the digital side. As we talked about the whole time, it's a combination of the two, both digital and physical.
Now, as you can know that we have been having a trend whereby if you come to the digital part where you play your games right and you enter into the physical with a lead, you are most likely going to win. And today we are going to see all these 2 stars that are starting the match. They have excelled in their digital part. So what's going to be different? Have they learned from the strategies they used? Have they read the games of the other players? Maybe they are going to use some other new characters like we saw yesterday.
That's right. So you never know what's going to bring, especially the details, the background, the experience that they all brought to make sure that they can get there. CNAV, talk about, I know you watch some of the basketball. You are a Filipino legend back home. Talk about what you've seen at home while watching the games.
Well, I really felt the energy. You know, when I was watching you guys commenting, I wanted to be here live.
And you are.
And I am. So, which is great.
Well, it's going to be just a great day altogether. As we talked about, our third place game is really important today. We talk about third place, right? Some may say, well, you didn't make the championship. But listen, it is going to be a very, very tough game. As we take a look at our brackets here, look from the quarterfinals, the semifinals, to here the finals. If we take a look at it, Dan, how did these teams do digitally from your eye?
From my eye, actually, these 2 games, they played very well digitally. But we had a little bit of downtime for them, and that's why they are right now deciding who is going to take the third place. But they still have a chance. This game is open. They still have a victory, which a win today will be a victory by all means.
CNAV, when we talk about the third place game, I know that you just came in today, but in your playing career, third place, are you down? Are you up? Like, how do you prepare for a third place game?
Oh, well, that's a tough one. It's kind of like a 50-50, but at the end of the day, it's a game. And you want to make sure you end on a high note.
Right, and speaking of a high note, we take a look at the graph that you see right there on your screen. The physical core right now for the 2 teams that are playing, the Adria All Stars and the Astana Basketball Club. Adria has the edge 35-31. But if we look at the digital part, all right, Dan, right now, Adria really has the edge on the 1-point versus 2-point. Talk about Adria's strategy you've seen on the digital side.
I've seen Adria's strategy. They have one man who they are really using on that spot. But Astana, as you can see, they are really excelling when it comes to the 1-point shooting. So they are actually making plays, going to us, but it was not enough to match Adria 47 points. And that's why they really need to come up in terms of the digital. They need to strategize different. They need to actually make those 2-point shots and come across the winner in this one.
Well, see now, we saw Adria yesterday. They were 20-14 up on Moskowski. Yeah. They didn't hold on. They fell 25-9 on the court. What were some issues that you saw from Adria?
Oh, it's just composure. At the end of the day, you have to stick with your game plan and make sure you finish it strong, hold that lead. But as we saw last night, that wasn't the case.
Right, it's going to be one great third-place matchup. Now let's move on to the piece de resistance, the championship game today, where we're going to be able to watch Liga Pro versus Moskowski. Two powerhouse teams. As we take a look at the graph here, they're very evenly matched. If you look at the official score, 39-38 with Moskowski, they're able to impose their will. As we just said earlier, Moskowski had a great 25-9 run on the basketball side to beat Adria. Dan, break us down on the digital side, because both teams are strong.
As you said, my dear friend, Coach H, this is two teams which are almost equal to each other. When you see they are playing on their digital part, they are both making equal plays on the 1 point, or just one simple difference on the digital part and as well as the physical. We are seeing them actually having 31-30 on the 2 point, as well as that they have 14-12, which means that they have good skills behind the console, and they are making use of that part of the game to actually come across as the winners. But it all comes down to combining the two, which is what makes the game phygital and most exciting.
Now, the other part of this, which is a great storyline, CNAV, is yesterday when we were interviewing Liga Pro team and Moskowski, they both talked about how they practice together in Moscow every single day, pounding the stone as we talk about it, practice, physical, and digital. Talk a little about when you are practicing against your opponent every single day.
Oh, that's going to be a good battle, because you're going to see their strength and the weaknesses of each member. So it's going to be an exciting fight for sure. Looking forward to it.
Right. You know, when I was coaching, when you take a look at the teams that are practicing against each other, right, there's this push-pull. We practice all the time. Now it's game time, which means I want to show you that I'm better overall, right? And that's, I think, a big part. And it's going to be a big storyline when you talk about Malishkin and you talk about Josh and the different players from both Liga Pro and Moskowski. Dan, you know, we talked earlier about how Liga Pro, okay, on the digital side, they do a really good job. They have Big Baby Mesh, right? Talk about how Big Baby has performed over the course of the tournament.
Absolutely. Big Baby Mesh, we have seen him as the powerhouse behind the console. And it's very interesting to see that all these teams, they have one person who is really good at playing the video games, and the digital part, they are winning using this one person. But they are really weak on the physical. But as we heard in an interview here yesterday, we heard that they actually depend on these guys a lot. And these guys have to be really sharp, go with the technology. The games are new, the characters are new, and they have to jump on it within those 5 days of this tournament.
Let's talk a little bit now the toll on their bodies, okay? So both teams have played the majority of the 5 to 6 days. Yesterday we went on the court and took a look at everything, and we played on the court a little bit. And the court is an amazing, beautiful LED lights, everything else. But CNAV, you were an athlete for a very long time. Talk about the toll on your body when you play game after game after game in a competitive environment.
Ooh, I'm talking about ice bath, you know, because if it's back-to-back game, you're going to feel it. And you need to do some stretching after, mobility, and you really have to take care of yourself, especially with good sleep. But I know they're not getting enough good sleep.
No way. No. I don't think they are getting enough good sleep, because it's an exciting competition right here in Adnek Center. We have seen guys battling it out. Yesterday it was very physical when we saw the teams, both of them, actually going at each other on the physical. Everybody's on the floor. So actually, I actually agree with you. They need some ice bath. We saw one guy walking around with the knees covered with ice. So recovery is very important, and it might be a 3-on-3 kind of play, but the toll on the body is really immense, and they have to take care as they go. So as they are going back to back with the games, you can see even the exhaustion on the players. But I hope today that everybody's fresh and ready for the day's action.
Dan, you made up a great point. He talked about the 3-on-3 when the reality is on the court you're playing 2-on-2. And when you're playing 2-on-2, the floor is bigger, the spacing is all over the place. You're really trying to drive and kick. You played a lot of 3-on-3, CNAF. Yeah. Talk about how now you take one player out, now there's two, offense and defense. It's a quick game. Is there a specific strategy you're looking at today?
Well, first of all, if you're talking about 2-on-2, it's going to be more tiring because you're just two people going against another two. In terms of strategy, you have to be technical about it. You can do some handoffs on screens so you preserve energy rather than going one-on-one.
Dan, let's go back to the digital side because I think it's really important. When a team picks the characters, right? We've seen a whole variety of characters out there, from shooters to big-time post players finishing. What are maybe two characters that you've seen, or one that you're like, you know what, if I'm playing, this is who I'm picking?
I have seen them pick one character wearing a basketball on the head and a flying suit. I think these are space basketballers. So these two characters, when you combine them together, actually they improve your play because it's like they know each other. So these characters, maybe they have the same control button, and if you see most teams who have played these two characters together, they have achieved immense reaction-wise and also teamwork in terms of the digital.
Right, and you end up seeing like the quickness of it, the speed of it, of the different players as well too. What I've seen, I know a lot of players are grabbing the rebound, they're kicking it out to their shooters, and the shooters are shooting it. It's just like they would on the physical side with it. So it's going to be a great third place game today and a championship game as well too. Listen, Abu Dhabi has been a tremendous host for the Phygital Games of the Future 2025. Yep. We are excited to be here. It's brought to you and powered by ADNOC. We are on the verge of starting this third place game and having the lineups. Real quick here, Dan, who's your pick?
My pick for today, I'm still going for Astana. I root for them before. They did a loss, but I still stick with them, and I'm going to go for them.
CNAF?
Well, I watched film, of course. I'm going for Adria All Stars. I know they're the technical team, so I know everybody's tired. We'll see.
Perfect. Well, here we go. It's what we've been waiting for. We'll get that nice little saying we say afterwards. It's lineup time.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please introduce our first team, PBC Astana. One more time, put your hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. And introducing next, we have their opponents, the Adria All Stars. One more time, give it up for them, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the Digital Games of the Future, Abu Dhabi 2025, powered by Adnoc, and now the stage is set. We had the lineups. PB Astana is ready to go. The Adria All Stars, they are ready to go. Dan, take a look at who are by the monitors. What do you see?
Actually, behind the monitors, you can see that Adria All Stars have come out with their star. Actually, let's see that. We have your favorite player, Red. Cabacho, aka Red, has sat down on the console. Before, they gave us, on the physical part, on the digital part, they gave us 34 against 34 for Adria, which means that on the 1-point goal, they are really going for the basket on up close. But when it comes to the digital part on the 2-point, you can see that both of them are really not taking the hard shots outside. So what do you think about shooting from outside and going towards the rim?
Well, we're going to get to that for sure because we want to really focus on the two different teams that we're at. Astana is first. If you look at them, and Carla, we could get you in there on the shooting part. If you look at what Astana has done, right, 39-24 over the bad boys. We talk about how Cabacho is just a tremendous shooter. You've watched him play. How has Cabacho and Lamska play together?
They play well. They gel. And you can tell that they've been playing together for a long time already.
As you can see, when they lost to Moskowski, Astana had actually really went low on terms of the digital. And this really affected their game against Moskowski. I don't know if it was the choice of player, but they got back and they took the big man. I think on the digital part, they were missing the big man. You saw that?
Right.
This big guy has an ability to be able to win, to take the rebounds, make the dunks, and most of the people who would use him are actually winning.
Right, and they had a nice close victory over Flash Basket in the quarterfinal. They were really able to show what they could do inside and off the court, right? Playing great basketball and playing also on the digital side. And then, of course, in the quarterfinal, PB Astana 25-40 Liga Pro team. They struggled against a very good Liga team who really has a great strategy every single time they come into a game. And these are things that, as you're watching at home, this is something you have to be aware of. And let's take a look at their lineup right here. We've been saying it all tournament long. Number 47, Cabacho, a.k.a. Red, has been a force inside and out. You look at a Lamska, left-hand shooter who can drive right by here. Vlas does a lot of good job. And AAA and Vlas actually does a nice job on the digital side.
Yeah, let's head over to the other side, Adria All Stars. These guys have been compared to Iverson, and they say they have the one man behind them who is cooking. Actually, when they were doing player introductions, we saw Paulo. His introduction is actually cooking. So which means that behind the scenes, he is cooking a lot on the digital part. As I told you, when you pick these two players who are similar, wearing the green suits, you can find that some of it can actually contribute to having good players and good game on the digital part.
Now, CNAV, Kojo and Bogdan do a really good job with some pick and roll action. They want to go into an advantage, disadvantage. How important is that so that you could score?
It makes basketball easier. As we mentioned, this is like the 5th or 6th day, so it takes a toll on the body. If you play smarter with good reads, off the picks, off the handballs, you're going to be successful.
Right, and they've been successful the whole time, although they did lose the 10 points to Moskowski. We talked about it earlier. They were up on the digital side, but fell 25-9 on the physical side. As we take a look at their lineups here, number 13, Sibo, the man in the middle, the strength, the muscle, and Iverson. Kojo was up here, told Dan that Iverson is his best favorite player, and he plays just like him. And rounding out that team is number 4, Campo, and number 8, Paolo. We have a great third place game today. Dan, do the honors, please.
Now, as we always say here in the digital games of the future, just when we are about to begin, Steve, wherever you are, join us in this. It is game time.
And for the penultimate time, it is game time here down at the AdNet Stadium. It is games of the future. Digital. First half is digital, second half is physical. My name is Sarah Esser, and I'm going to be taking you through this third place final and following the grand final after this. Well, we have a big matchup here. Who is going to take home that third spot on the podium? PBC Astana or Adria All Stars? Let's get into the first half of the match. Astana taking a very early lead here. 2 points straight up. And another attempt there by Paolo, but misses. Paolo now back on the ball, passing over to teammate. Another miss, but a good offensive rebound brought back out by Kolja. Passed off, couple of passes there. Both teammates working well to pass that ball around, looking for the next opportunity. Looks like the ball was passed out of the hands there, but now we are in the hands of Glass. And what a block at the attempt for the slam dunk. Now an extra 2 points there. Going to Astana. Now back with Paolo on the ball. This is the Digital Basketball 3-on-3 freestyle, powered by M42. And this is the playoff. Both teams have worked their way through. Sadly, both got knocked out in semi-finals yesterday, but still have a chance at the third place on the podium. Now, good passing dynamics between Paolo and Kolja, but just as I said that, the hands of Capacho coming in and intercepting, similar to how he plays on the court. Looking forward to that in the second half of this match. Phoebe, it's the final day. It's the penultimate final. How have you found this week, and what are you thinking of this match so far?
I am honestly loving it. We are literally on the final day. It's sad to see this all almost coming to an end. But what I'm really excited about is to see the teams fighting it out for the championship. One team today will come up with a title, and here we are currently fighting for the third place in the Games of the Future Digital Basketball Tournament. Currently we've got Paulo and Kolja, and we've got Blas and Red. Blas going in, trying to maneuver, pushing in, and a slam dunk from Red. Donna really pushing it through with a 2-point difference. Blas trying to get another shot there, takes it, misses. Red for the rebound, passes it again. I feel Glad would go for another shot, trying to. He passes it to Red, still not being able to get that good shot spot. Trying to maneuver even further, takes a nice shot and lands it perfectly, increasing that difference to 4 points. Kolja with the points, Paolo passing it, and Kolja going for that slam dunk. going in nicely from Glass. That difference is really increasing. Again, guys, we've all come to a conclusion, a very certain conclusion, that winning the digital game really puts you at a massive, massive lead for the rest of the whole match. Currently sitting at a 5-point difference with 6 minutes left. Paolo taking the shot, only 7 points left for Team Astana to end the game, and we've got 12 points for Team Adria All Stars to get it done. Paolo taking a shot, missing it again. Paolo taking another shot, missing it again. Is Paolo going to take another shot now? He definitely does, but this time he's still... I thought he actually got it in, but he didn't. Red with the steal. Again, showing us what kind of talent he was getting yesterday with all those steals. Another shot from Blas, but landing the 1 point as he stepped into the arc. 5-point difference, 6-point difference. Red with that slam dunk, and only 4 points to go. Will Paolo and Kolja be able to get back, or will they struggle in the next round of this game? Sarah, what are your predictions?
Well, Bibi, this is so different to what I was expecting. Looking at the stats from the week, both teams were quite even when it came to 1 point from the digital game. I thought it was going to be game over there, but not quite. So I'm surprised that Astana have taken such a massive lead here. I thought it was going to be goal for goal. They are now just 1 point away from taking the first half of this match. This is going to put Adria All Stars in a very tricky position. Not what I was expecting. They've been a solid team since the beginning. Now, can Paolo finish this up, going for the 2, so they can go in with that extra 1 point advantage in the second half. They've got a buffer to do so, and they make it land. Now, closing the gap a little bit. Flass is back out, using those ball skills, and they've done it. 20, you can see they are elated. Look at that. They know how important that gap is going to be. It's put them in a very strong position. Tapping his head, he knows it's a mental game. Let's head down to the desk and see what they made of that first half.
What a first part of the digital game here at the Digital Games of the Future in Abu Dhabi 2025, powered by AdNoc. 20-12 victory. Dan, what did your 2 eyes see?
My 2 eyes saw the big man really sweating out there. Did you know that even on the digital, these characters can also be seen releasing heat because of how hot the game has been? Now, the man behind the character is, of course, is Astana's one and only Kabacho, aka Red. He was the big man in the team. You saw him making the slam dunks. You saw him also blocking, and also they had excellent teamwork with his teammates.
Yeah, when you take a look at the digital 2-point goal right now, Astana had 6 versus 4 against Adria, but it's really the stockpiling of the digital 1 point for Astana with the 8, right? So now they have 8, then you add the 6, and this is where you are with the score right here, where they're really, really struggling to go ahead and get. Now, this is a big lead, 20-12. CNAV, we talk it all the time, this whole tournament, 8 points. What are they going to have to do on the physical side to come back?
Well, they have to be physical on defense. That's the name of the game for them right now. They really have to step on it, and if they're really gonna get going on their inside game, outside game, they gotta be close to perfect for this one, Coach H.
They definitely will. As we take a look at the players warming up here, they're getting really, really warm, meaning they've got to rise their body temperature up, Dan. Dan, I know you're a big-time runner and a former player as well, too. How important is the warm-up here when it's only 4 to 5 minutes?
Actually, the warm-up is really important because, as you saw, their mobility was really limited for that time which they were sitting down and they were not doing any movement. Now, for such a kind of a game which has all these movements back and forth, you really want to use your explosive muscles and to dash fast. Like this, not marathoners. Marathoners, we go long distance, slowly. But this one can be more compared to 100 meters or the short races.
Now, Nav, Astana is up 20-12. If you were the coach of Astana, what are you telling your players to keep this lead?
Oh, for sure, I'm going to try to keep the pace slower and make baskets for sure. And of course, I'm not going to forget about defense. It's always there. Because sometimes you tend to lack on defense when you're in the lead. But it's a game right now. You want to win it, so you're going to play defense.
And we take a look at the lineups here for Astana. Cabacho, a.k.a. Red, and Lamska, a powerhouse duo, Dan. What do you think of those two?
Now, these two have shown absolutely tremendous progress as the competition has gone on. They are learning the game. They are observing what's happening on the court. They are really playing nice and easy. We don't see them getting a lot of fouls, PBC Astana, but we have seen them actually dominate on the digital, which is one thing which gives an upper edge. But they should not relax. Remember, sometimes they were the underdog and they came up. But this time they are on top. They need to really maintain and actually make sure that they go for the jugular in this wonderful game.
Well, gentlemen, here we are with the last 50 seconds before we start the last half of the third place game, and definitely the last half for PBC Astana and Adria All Stars. Dan, quick prediction, what's going to happen here in the second half?
Just as I said, I am PBC Astana fan, and it's not only that, the facts, they tell it all. I'm going with PBC Astana.
See now?
I said earlier, I'm going for Adria All Stars. I'm still hoping for that. If they play good defense and put it all out there, who knows?
Well, here we go. This will be the game of their lives as we watch. Dan, take us away, please.
Now, as always, it is
game time.
Well, here we are for the second half of this third place playoff. This match, they've done the toss. Let's see, we've got ref cam. What a cool angle between Astana, PBC Astana and Adria All Stars. Now, Astana have taken an early lead here. Next year, Games of the Future will be heading to their hometown. Are they going to go into that competition as hometown heroes, having finished in third? Or are they going to be going home in fourth? Let's see if Adria All Stars can close this gap. There is a gap of 8. Bacho, aka Red, has been a star all week. I expected it to be a lot closer on the digital game, but Astana have been doing their work, and you really can see them flourishing here today on finals day. Business is on. You can see both scrapping already. They've got 7 minutes to put all the training they have been going through into practice here for the second half of the digital basketball powered by M42 here at the Games of the Future. Supported by Adnok. 1 point there, opening up the second half by Lamska, opening up the lead for Astana, and Adria All Stars give an answer there. Closing the gap back up. Up goes Red. Just how he likes to do it. He just looks full of confidence today. 2 points for Cabacho, aka Red. Got a player down. Let's check he's okay. We're going to see the replay. Oh, he was kind of pushed by the hip there. Not smart play from Adria All Stars. Perhaps a little bit risky, but we are back into gameplay. Working their way out. It is getting physical. Ooh, that was a tough one. Get those players back on their feet. It is 23-13. Get to see the replay there. It is getting tough. You can see what it means to these players. And Adria All Stars have got a big job to do at the moment. Now, Astana on the free throw. This is why the fouls were not smart at that time, but they've managed to pick up the rebound. Reset the play. Out they go for 1 point closer. Now, Astana back on the ball. BB. We've got 5 minutes, 54 seconds left, and still quite a gap to close up for Adria All Stars.
Honestly, I feel like Astana is really taking a massive lead here. I feel like they know that this is their only chance to be in the count from first, second, third, and honestly, they have really pushed through. So well done to them. It's gonna be a bit challenging for Team Adria to push, especially that there's a lot of contact right now. Cebu teams, the players Cebu seems to be getting a little tense, just like yesterday, and that's how they managed to start losing their calm, and this is where things started going well for Team Mouse's team. Cebu currently pushing through, passing it to Kolja. Kolja trying to go in, takes a shot, and misses. Red with the ball. Red seems to be very calm, chill. I believe that was taken out by Kolja. Going in and yep, it slipped from Kolja's hit. Red taking some rest now while Lamska and Academic and Blast is on the team. Pushing through, Cebu going in. Another waiting there. Cebu tries to get a shot, makes it in. And Cebu goes for the shot. Sadly doesn't land it. Lamska with the ball, pushing through, trying to go in. Kolja on the defense. And Lamska takes a wild shot from far, but doesn't make it. A lot of contact between the players, especially Cebu and Red. Trying to push through, trying to get as much rebound as possible, as every ball is important, every basket is essential for your win today. Ball is currently with Team Astana. Lamska with the ball, passing it to Red. Red trying to take a shot, pushing through, and takes that shot, landing it perfectly, increasing the gap to 3 points and almost 11 points on the main total. Kolja with the shot, passes it to Cebu, easily done, as Cebu has the good physique. Red with the ball, currently passing it to Lamska on the arc. Will Lamska take a shot or go for a layup? He decides to go for a layup, but there is a clear block there, which lands in a foul. Referee's whistle, I believe, wasn't working as he was trying to call out. Eventually, he had to let the whistle go and start shouting at the players. I love the energy. I love the commitment to work. A great referee right there. Looks really happy and smiling. On 4 minutes left on the clock. Red going through. Nice pass from Kolja to Cebu. Cebu takes an easy shot, reducing that gap to 9 points and 1 point on the physical. Honestly, physically, on the physical game, the teams seem to be very similar. Not many points have been scored through here, but that gap from the digital really made that damage that would be very hard to come up from for Team Adria. More contact on the players, really seems to be pushing a lot. Cebu with his physical contact, as you guys can see. I would like to say this is love between the players. They're hugging each other, shows how much they love each other. And yeah, I choose to believe that. Lamska going for the shot, landing it perfectly. More love there from Cebu as Red flying through. Good job. Blast flying through, sorry. referee calling in for a foul. Sada, tell us more about what you feel with all this love going on in the game. Too much physical contact. I see that the love is really dominating on the court.
Well, I think Adria All Stars let the nerves get to them in the first half of the match in the digital part of the game, and just sadly had too big a gap to close. Because if you look at the score for the physical game, it's still very close. And based on the stats from the week and what we've seen from these players, I expected both aspects of the match to be very close. They've just equalized for the physical game. It's 6-all now. So I just think, it was perhaps the nerves. Third place still means so much. When you've been knocked out in the semi-finals, this is like sort of still winning, you got to get that bronze medal place. It's still so important, and you can see that passion coming out on the court here. Looks like he's just taking a few moments to get back up. We'll see the foul now on the replay. It is getting pretty tough. You can see he had his hands on that ball. Bit of a reaction there from the crowd. The crowd are loving this, though. The atmosphere in the Adria Stadium. Free throw has gone in there for Astana. Going to help them open up that gap again. Now 2 points. That's what we like to see. The Kolja. Now they've got 3 minutes and 9 seconds left on the clock. Going for another long bong there. Ball back in the hands of Capacho, aka Red. Now up for an extra 1 point. For anyone, if this is your first time watching digital basketball, the players need to reach 39 points or be in the lead before the buzzer goes out. There's a total of 7 minutes for this half. There is 2 minutes 43 left on the clock. Up for another 2 points. Bacho not landing it this time, but now Adria All Stars saying, what you can do, I can do too. And they close that gap by another 2 points. Now this is the closest they have been. Can they take this on a bit of a run? Another foul being called there in favor of Astana. Not a good time for Adria All Stars to cause that one. Possibly not a lot of strategic thinking has gone in there. They seem like they were just about to take the momentum. There are 4 players allowed on each team, but in this half of the match, for the physical half, 3 are allowed on the roster in terms of the rotation. 2 on court, 1 they're available for substitution to bring some fresh legs on, and no coach. They're all self-coached, self-directed, self-decided in terms of how they're going to play this match. You can see Cabacho, aka Red, looking to get an off-the-ball call there from the ref. But we've got a shot to go up for 2 by Kolja. Now just 4 points in it. Adria All Stars leading this second half, 13-9. Also leading on fouls, so perhaps this more aggressive approach is working for them. I'm sure they spent a lot of time watching each other play. We saw yesterday Adria All Stars sitting back in the audience to watch the match. Now the ref is having a few words there with Adria, one of the Adria All Stars players. Great view here from ref cam. BB, 29-26, the closest it's been so far. Adria All Stars showing their basketball skill here in the second half. And it's heating up here in the stadium, BB.
I love it. I love it. Honestly, I'm quite impressed at how the gap just kept reducing. Now it's only sitting at 3 points. We just witnessed Lamska grab Cebu. Again, so much love in there. The players are just enjoying themselves, really having fun, and I love it. So much energy from the crowd as well. You can tell the crowd are just as passionate as the players in the game. They want their favorite team to win. They came here to support them. They are shouting their names. I can hear so much noise from the crowd. Currently, the referee is discussing with Kolja and Adria team while everyone's resting. We've got 20 seconds left for that time break. Everyone's discussing so much thoughts and plans and ideas going through the players' heads. And that's the crowd shouting their favorite team's name, loving that energy here at the Games of the Future. Again, guys, you still have some time to make it through the games. Some games are ending in the next few hours, so you guys can actually make it through to the venue, ADNIC and Abu Dhabi, to see all these lovely digital games going through. We still got the finals to go, and we still got 2 minutes of this game, moments separating us from really knowing who will take the 3rd place in this tournament, which has lasted for 7 days. We started at 16 teams, and now we're currently sitting on 4 teams, where 3 of them will be crowned the top 3, and 1 will be the champion, taking home $400,000. Honestly, I feel like this is an insane amount. I wish I could take the 400,000 just for myself, but it's gonna be awarded for the first player here at Digital Basketball. Currently just roaming around waiting for the players to commence the game. I feel like the referees are discussing some things while the players are just trying to take a breath, trying to calm down, think through, get as much strategy in there, get your mind straight, as there's only 3-point difference with 2 minutes sitting on the clock. Team Adria has been pushing through in the physical game, leading them with 5 points. Nice shot from Kolja, but missing it. At this point, every shot and every goal is important. Another layup from Lamska, landing it in, increasing the score a bit further. Kolja going in for the shot and landing it! Currently sitting at a 2-point difference. Adria is really becoming so close to Astana. Started from an 11-point difference, and now we're only sitting at a 2-point difference. Team Astana is showing some fatigue. The players are really starting to get tired, especially with all that physical contact and physical difference between the players. Astana pushing that lead again, making it 4-point lead. Kolja going for the shot. He seems to be really trying to go for the 2-pointers, landing another one, and now we're sitting on a 2-point difference with 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock. Red with the ball, takes a shot, not landing it unfortunately. This could be risky for Team Astana. Kolja taking a shot, also missing it. Seems that Red is trying to pass some time while they are still on the lead. Another foul for Lamska, for Team Astana. Hopefully they will take advantage of this opportunity, as every point matters. Less than 1 minute on the clock. Sarah, are your nerves wrecking right now, or you're really enjoying what the game has to show?
I am so glad it has closed back up. Adria All Stars have put in a shift in this second half, and this is exactly why we love sport. We love it when it's close, when it's exciting, the fans can get involved, everyone's supporting their own team. This is why everyone has come down to the ADNIC Centre here in the heart of Abu Dhabi. We want to see it close. There's just 3 points in it with 52 seconds to go. Astana doing everything they can. What a shot there for an extra 1 point to open up that lead a little bit more. But up for 2 goes Kolja, says, hey, no, that's not happening. Vacho trying the same, but the ball has rebounded back into the hands of Adria All Stars. Oh, that was the opportunity. Now there's just 1 point in it. Looks like a foul has been called. Adria All Stars fans there getting passionate, getting in it, getting behind their players. It is 34-33. But not only do we have just 25 seconds left on the clock, I believe that's going to that's just the timeout clock. We also have the risk that one team is going to reach 39 points before the buzzer is over. So So who is it going to be? Both teams having a timeout right now, resetting, just taking a bit of water on board, having a think, having a chat, discussing their strategies. Like I said earlier on, there's no coach. They are just coaching themselves. There is 1 point in this match. Who is going to take it? There's 29 seconds left on the clock. This is for 3rd place. This is important, and so important for Astana as they will be hosting the next tournament in July. Now, serious time. Up for a free throw for Adria All Stars. He's closed it. It is 34-all. I did not see this coming out of the first half. It is 22-14 going the way of Adria All Stars in the second half. Now, an opportunity to take the lead for the first time in this 3rd place match, but it's not happened. So now Astana have got to get the work on. Bacho, aka Red, is doing what he does best, putting those hoops away. He has been a star for that team all week. Let's watch that again. Look, he just looks so confident out there. Beautiful replay. 22 seconds and Astana are leading by 1. This is going to be so close all the way down to the buzzer. There is 12 seconds left. Astana just 1 point ahead. Now we've got Refcam. Let's see what he can see. He's been busy. 17 fouls so far in this 7-minute half. Now, Adria All Stars, what are they going to do here? Passing in for 1 point. Have they given away the ball? And a potential foul at a risky time. And the buzzer is gone. Astana have taken this by 1 point. Astana have won the 3rd place match here for the digital basketball powered by M42. What a match. First wave of Astana in the digital side of the game, then Adria All Stars really put the work out there on the physical court, but just not enough. And Astana won by 1 point. This was the 3rd place match I was looking for, and if this is anything to go by, make sure you stick around for the grand final, which will be up shortly. But before then, let's take a look at some replays of the best moments from this half of the match. Here we have number 88 for Astana going up for 1 point. That was early on in the half. And Capacho, aka Red, doing what he does best, putting those 2-pointers away. He got a fair few on his name through this match. Great timing there on the layup. And now we see another 2-pointer from Red, straight through, nothing but net. And he just kept tallying up those points. Let's hear from the players themselves, the 3rd place winners.
Congratulations, guys, on winning our 3rd place match. You guys were dominating them in the digital competition, winning 20-12. You come into the physical realm and they were playing a very physical ball game with you. How did you keep yourself focused and manage to get the win in the end?
But we go every game only to fight, only to win, only to see our fans, our country, to good game.
I mean, I love that. I could see as well in the game, every time you hit a shot, you were hitting them with a little celebration. I know the fans love that. What does it mean to you to have the support of the crowd here?
It's all us. We are all us.
We're excited every moment. We're excited every moment. We enjoyed it every moment. When we start the game, we win how many points? 8 points. We win 8 points, and then that's it. We win 3rd place.
I mean, we love that. I think that was my favorite match to watch in this whole tournament. Congratulations, guys, on winning 3rd place. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Astana.
Oh, that was a game of the century. The back and forth.
Oh, wow.
One punch, another punch, and they kept going over and over again. the discipline of both teams to go ahead and get to play at their highest level. And then, of course, Astana coming in and getting that 1-point victory. Dan, take a look. Obviously, we talked about the digital side, but break it down for us, please.
All right, we saw PBC Astana coming forth as the victors in the digital part, but also they completely dominated. I think they had taken some of their characters and put them into the real game. We saw them also when they are making their final remarks. They were really enjoying the game, as much as it was really physical, lots of fouls, but you could see them really enjoying the game, and they had come here knowing they're going to get the victory, and that's exactly what they delivered.
See, Nav, you've been a product of many games, such as this championship in third place. Talk about the importance of playing at this high level for the third place game.
Oh, you gotta bring your A game every time, and you see their faces when they won that game, as if it was a championship already. So every time you have to give it out there.
Well, you know, when we take a look at the teams, it was a very tough game. It was physical. The fouls were 10-7, 17 fouls in this game, and you saw it early. The physicality. Them going at each other, the hands going up there, the jerseys being torn, the fans going crazy. But you saw great shooting by Lamska and Cabacho, who's about to join us here in just a second. And we take a look at the graphic here, 35-34. Astana with the victory. We have Cabacho up here on the stage. Congratulations, man.
Thank you guys.
Congratulations.
Now, when you take a look at this game, tough game, you were dominating from the beginning. When you were in your timeout huddles, what were you talking about?
We are talking for play too long, attack, and make it for one point. And after we look for good, it's for our opponents have to 10 fouls, and we are dominant like this.
Right, Dan?
All right, you seem like you are really enjoying the game. Did you have extreme faith when you woke up this morning that you are going to get the victory?
I say today it's for like wake up. Today we win.
You today,
yeah, like
right.
this.
Hey, Cabacho, when you did that step back almost towards the end and you made it, how did it feel for you?
I like it, this shot.
And you said something after the one who was defending you.
Yeah.
Now, when you go ahead now from here, you win third place. Obviously, you want to be at the top. Next year, it's going to be in Astana. When you take a look at your preparation, what do you think that's going to look like over the next year?
We are more to preparation for digital. But physical, we are professional basketball. We every time prepared.
Amazing.
Oh, listen, that's great. Congratulations to Astana, to Cabacho, to your team winning the third place after a great tournament altogether. Match MVP, digital first. 1 point. He had 6 on the physical side, 2 points. Digital, a 2-point goal. Didn't make any, but it doesn't matter because he made 3 2-pointers on the physical side. Now, what I love about this, Dan, look how fast he was going on the court. 5.5. Fast.
That was absolutely fast. Now, I saw that man rushing across, and I told you the muscle it takes to just dash across the court right now is absolutely physical, and you have to have extreme pressure coming out. Now, we saw also the other side, Judo is there, and on the digital side, we did have these guys win and come up with victory. I can only say 6 things. They had the passion, they understood the mission, and what else runs the mission? They actually created fusion of the digital and the physical part, which is what the phygital games of the future are all about. Creating the fusion and going for the win. Congratulations
thank you,
Astana. See you.
From all of us
You made me a
here
fan.
for the third place day, Cabacho, congratulations. And we'll be right back for the physical games of 2025 here in Abu Dhabi.